Good afternoon, Rick here. I'm here in Winfield, Kansas at our local Cowley County Historical Society Museum. It is free admission. It's open Tuesday through Sunday, 1 to 4. It has quite a history. It was built in 1880. It was called Bryant Grade School, and it was built out of our native stone from this area. I'm just kind of trying to show you around here a little bit. We're going to get started. I'm going to walk around the outside a little bit first. So with that said, if you're not doing anything this afternoon, well, come along and join me. Let's go look at this historical building and museum. Okay, there again, it's the Cowley County Historical Museum. They've really done a nice job on the grounds. Let's go over here and look at this lion. It's called the Canton Lions. There's one on each side of the sidewalk here. The lions were carved by Harry Canton in 1888 when he was 18 years old. For many years they sat in front of his parents' home, W.B. and Julia, on Milton Street. Later they moved up and down 10th Street after sitting in front of Harry's home at 1503 East 10th. They later stood in front of the homes that Bill, his son, lived in. Harry and his father owned Canton Marble Works on East 9th Street. Bill, his son, was an architect and designed and built the Canton homes of Winfield. And then here is the other one. And again, this is located on Mansfield Street between 10th and 11th. This is on the National and State Register of Historic Places. It was actually for Winfield's second or west ward. I'm not familiar with the ward. I think that's way before my time. It just goes on to say that as the town's population grew, the school building was expanded to include additional classroom space, first in 1916 and then in 1922, when a separate elementary school building was constructed on the north side of the parcel. The main school building was again updated in 1938 to accommodate better circulation and the building's first indoor restrooms. It says the Bryant School continued to serve the children of Western Winfield until 1964. By the end of the 1960s, this was the home of the Cowley County Historical Museum, who owns and operates it today. So that's just kind of a brief synopsis of this wonderful old building. And again, as I stated earlier, this was built from our native stone here in our area. If you're familiar with my channel, or if you're not, I've done all the stone arch bridges in Cowley County, even the few that were on private property, as I was lucky enough to have the owners nearby or on site, and they granted me permission to go on those bridges. So look it up on my channel. You'll have to go down a little ways, and some of the bridges are on the same video, so you might have to watch the whole video to see all of the bridges. Okay, we're going to kind of go on here a little bit. There's obviously been a lot of work done over the years. There looks like a window has been blocked over for some reason. The old flagpole. I got some sunflowers. You know, we have a tendency to take things for granted. I know, and I'm just guilty. Pass by this all the time and very rarely give it a second glance when it really is a very historic old building, very beautifully built. This garden area is by the gardeners here in Winfield. They actually have an old fire truck here, and we're going to go see that as soon as they open. We've only got about, maybe 5 more minutes, and we're going to get started. A really nice day. We had some, a little bit of rain, some lightning, some thunder. It wasn't too horribly bad. But that was yesterday afternoon. Of course, they were closed yesterday as it was Monday. We're going to walk on over this way. I think this has been added too since I've been here. I'll show you something here in just a minute. Firehouse number 1. I believe that's where the fire truck is, if I remember right. Like I said, it's been a few years since I've actually walked through this museum. So we're just going to kind of walk around here for a little bit. This appears to be some sort of memorial. There's a place to sit. Yeah, this has been added since I was here. We got names and histories. We're going to look at these here. Adam Orantis Wellfelt. Now, we have a Wellfelt Drive here in Winfield. It's on the north end of town. A.O. Wellfelt, Cowley County, 1907. February 14th, 1853 to January 28th, 1907. Deputy Sheriff, Cowley County. Deputy Sheriff Wellfelt died from complications with gallstones and an accidental gunshot wound in his right thigh. Wellfelt was tracking a wanted man, Lewis Bloomfield, who had escaped jail and had run to Ponca City, Oklahoma. While attempting an arrest, Wellfelt's firearm discharged and shot his leg. It is suspected that the gunshot wound became aggravated and led to his demise. John J. Breen, Arkansas City, 1906. John J. Breen, September 21st, 1850 to November 27th, 1906. Constable, Arkansas City. Constable Breen died from complications with 2 gunshot wounds he received from a burglar who had broken into Breen's household. Breen was hit once in the right lung and his left wrist during a firefight between himself and the burglar. After a week after the shooting, Constable Breen contracted pneumonia, which was the cause of his death. Johnson Fulton, 1892, police officer, Winfield, shot and killed after responding to reports of a man whipping his wife. When Fulton arrived at the home, the man attempted to flee. Fulton caught the man, and while attempting to arrest him, the man's wife got hold of Officer Fulton's weapon. She gave the weapon to the man and shot Fulton. Oh, wow. Hugh W. Severed, 1893. Again, he was a constable here in Winfield. He arrested a bootlegger, Wilbur Norton, on a warrant and was taking him to jail when Severed was murdered. was killed by Morgan Wright, a friend of Norton's. A gold star on the sidewalk of 9th and Main marks the spot of Savard's death. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm very familiar with that star. Yep. Albert Taylor Chinnaman, 1883, Deputy Sheriff of Cowley County. He was fatally shot at Udall Station by Charles Cobb of Jefferson County. Cobb had escaped arrest for killing the constable who had attempted to arrest him. Wow. And that's what this is. This is just a memorial for these men that were killed in action or while on duty. Richard Krueger, unknown, September 3rd, 1920, police officer. He was shot and killed instantly while attempting to arrest John Shoup, okay, who was alleged to have been drunk in the streets in the act of accosting a female. Yeah, he went to aid Krueger, but he was shot. Yeah, I mean, that's what this is. This is just a memorial to those men that died in the line of duty. There's one more. Richard H. Vest, Cowley County, 1964. Sheriff Deputy, Cowley County. He was killed in an automobile accident while on patrol near Ark City. Vest lost control of the patrol vehicle while heading towards Dexter. The car went into a ditch and traveled about 200 feet before turning over and stopping on its roof. Okay. All right. And then they have a handicapped parking lot area here, which is really nice. Okay, well, I think we're going to try to see if we can go ahead and go on in. It's 1 o'clock. We've got till 4, so I don't know. I may have to come back and do this again tomorrow. It just depends on if I get everything done today. Don't know yet, but we're going to go in and see what we can see. Okay. Okay, well, we just entered the main lobby area, and we're going to get started. That was taken in 1885. This picture was taken in 1877, and this was taken in 1879. This is like 9th and Main, and this was taken in 1912. And notice the elephants. This was taken in 1879. Yeah, that's the same. That's about the same picture. This was taken in 1879. I keep looking at those two police officers down there, and I think they're... It's kind of funny. All right. Well, a lot of neat. Stone house on West 14th. Okay. Oil rig, oil derrick. Early Cowley County oil fields, so that's cool. I didn't know we had any in this area. Okay. Here's some old artifacts in this cabinet. That is a fossilized mussel shell. Okay. Axe heads, found here in Cowley County. Stone axe. Okay, ranch of W.L. Anderson. Okay, that's cool. Got some petrified wood. Indian artifacts.
Okay.
Cowley County fossils and Indian artifacts. A mastodon tooth and other fossilized fragments. Yeah. Here's a prehistoric camel's jawbone. Okay, we're going to make our way through. Police officers' uniforms from probably, I don't know, maybe 70s. I'm not real sure. Here's the sheriff. Whether? Not really authentic. Here's a corporal, U.S. Army. And the Navy. Oh. I'll tell you what, they really had style back in the day. They really did. This looks like it might have been a living room or parlor, maybe, at one time. Old phonograph back in the corner, back there. Oh, hello. Boy, really nice furniture, really nice. Like that leather couch. I guess that's leather. Really nice. Gentlemen all dressed up. Oh, look at those shoes. We're going to get the kitchen here. Let's walk on back here. Look at these organs. Oh my gosh, they're beautiful. Bedroom furniture was from the home of Mr. and Mrs. George Jarvis. Whole accessory there for hair and makeup, I suppose, the brushes. Dresser over here with Waterbury clock in use from 1880s to 1912. And here's a collar box donated by Mrs. H.L. Dennis. And this shelf has 1900 to 1925. Here's a prayer book from 1862. Hymns. Evangelical United Brethren Church. Okay. This is from the New Salem Presbyterian Church. Let's go over here and look at this kitchen, dining room area. I just got to point out this stove. Isn't that cool? Look at the cookware. Iron tea kettle, size number 8. And again, this would have all been cast iron, I'm assuming. Home comfort. That is one beautiful stove. And here is a stone jar. It says 15-gallon capacity, mainly used to make sauerkraut, late 1800s. Okay. Homemade soap. There's some old silverware. Winfield Roller Mills. The Alexander Milling Company, Winfield, Kansas. Look at this old icebox. Refrigerator. It's actually a refrigerator. Blue with chrome trim, originally owned by the Parker family, one of the first electric colored ones, 1918. That is cool. Of course, there's the place settings and all of that. Looks like we've got some cinnamon rolls and some apples. White dinner place, 1880s. Ironstone china. Looks like that might have been coal. And there's some wood. There's some might have been used for the cooking. Okay. Here are some rifles. The 4 military rifles to the right are Springfield 1896 smokeless powder shells. And that's what I don't know if those are going to come out the glare. And then over here, these are military rifles, 3006 1917 Springfield, based on the British M1917 Enfield rifle. There's Sheriff Harold D. Mueller, Cowley County. Frederick Satterthwaite. I actually remember him. I do. There's a key that was used at 1909 and 1963 at the Cowley County Jail. And Robert Bob Odell, I remember him as well. And Robert Bob Klesser in 1959 to 1962. I do not remember that particular individuals, but some of these I do. And there's their patches. And there's one of their badges. Those look like they'd be from World War I. There's helmets and headgear. Now this says Bryant School, 1886 to 1938. And this is John N. X. Company E, 47th Ohio Infantry. Okay. fighter planes. Black Lightning. Wow. (1900 to 1919). Those items right there. More pictures of the Winfield area. Oh, sorry for that glare. They're probably not coming out too well. These are from 1870 to 1910. And these are from the 80s here, 1980s, 1990s, 2000s, right along in here. This would have been the 1970s. Also got the Aquarius and all that on it. That was from 1970. 1960s. Boy. 1950s. 1940s. 1920s. And here's some of our dealerships and businesses from back in the day. This is the Overland Whippet. Okay. Vincent Lorton Motor Company. These are way before my time. Now, Dungy's Firestone. I actually remember Dungy's. My dad used to go to Dungy's for gas and that sort of thing. Colson Buick Company. I remember that. Of course, Dodge Brothers. I do not remember that. Here's Klein Motors. They're still in business today. Notewell Motor Company. Hudson Coach. Reeves and Son. I definitely remember Reeves and Son. D&D Farm Equipment. I believe they're still here. Sweetland Henson Equipment. Yeah, very familiar names. This would have been from the 60s and 70s. There's Kerr's. It used to be a women's clothing store here in Winfield. I remember Kerr's. There's Dean's. Dean's Menwear. I tell you what I used to do as a kid. I would go in there and I would just admire their clothes, their suits, ties, suits rather than shoes. Pennies. We used to have a Pennies. Oklahoma Tire Supply. I remember that very well. I used to go in there all the time and get, back when they were called hubcaps or wheel covers and tires and things of that nature. There's the old Crayola Factory. I can't really get too close to some of these, but these are from the 1950s. And I remember Benny and Smith, of course. And here, this is the Grouse Creek Bridge, Stone Arch Bridge. Walter Sharp built almost all these Stone Arch bridges, and I've been here. I've done this bridge. I've got it documented. I've got it on our YouTube. The Fox Bridge, unfortunately, I did not get to do the Fox Bridge. It had collapsed in. It was destroyed by flood in 2016, so I did not get to do that one. Now the Nair Bridge is one I was talking about earlier, and I have done the Nair Bridge. Now, like I said, the Fox Bridge I have not because it was collapsed in. This is the Crab Creek Bridge. This is one of the very first ones I did here in Cowley County, built by Walter Sharp in 1915. And again, you can see these on my on my YouTube, on our YouTube channel. And here's another one. Like I say, there was some that was on private property, and I was able to access those because of the owners were there at the time. Just happened to luck out. Strother Field Industrial Park, of course, it's still there. And there's the Breton Hotel. Now it's, of course, no longer there. Grand Opera House, 1887. Of course, Aquatic Center. Strother Field, 1942. Rock Post Office and General Store. Wow. Rock State Bank. These are no longer, I go through Rock quite often, I don't know. Rock School, Church, these are, I don't know where these are at. There's nothing left in Rock anymore. And here's a Titan II silo accident. In August 1978, a fuel line carrying a toxic chemical used as rocket propellant ruptured during the fueling of an unarmed Titan II missile. The accident resulted in the death of one maintenance worker and injured 6 others. Rock had to be evacuated for several hours following the accident. It made national news. Okay, now, and here's Dexter. Dexter Main Street. Old Dexter High School. A lot of memories. Okay, I think we're going to go, let's go ahead and go down here. I've got to go in another way. Oh, no, I don't. I know what I'll do. I'm going to go upstairs first, and then we'll go around. An old Abraham Lincoln. Now, these are the buildings that were here when I was in high school. They've since all long been torn down, but there was three huge buildings. Of course, they're all gone now. And here's one of our former news personalities. He's a photojournalist, Larry Hedberg. His dad had a diner here at one time. Oh, Abraham Lincoln. Okay, let's go on up. Oh boy, where to start? Oh, okay, this would have been like dentists and doctors and nurses and that sort of thing. Here's a Dr. Martin R. Olson, dentist, 1911 to 1966. Look at this old dentist equipment. Nurse's cap. And books, and there's where you get weighed. Some sort of machine up there. I'm not sure what that is. Old nursing uniforms. Old wheelchair. I'm not sure what that is. Of course, these are old microscopes, I suppose. So Dr. Warren Bernstorff. And there's the founder of William Newton Hospital, William Newton. Nurses graduating 1947. This is the original hospital here in Winfield, William Newton Hospital. Baby shoes and that sort of thing. Boy. 1970s pantsuit and shoes. Okay, yeah. Watches and jewelry. Looks very dapper. Wowee, this is just crazy. There's all kinds of clothing from all era. Okay. J.S. Mann, 909, Maine, early 1900s. Okay. Old sewing machine. The cabinet's huge. Looks like more sewing equipment. A pinking machine. Pinking shears that were invented by Louise Austin, Whatcombe, Washington, 1893. Okay. Diaper pants. Okay, now, oh boy. It says most women sewed a large percentage of the family's clothing, including underwear, like these diaper pants. Okay. Parker's Tailoring. Wow, this is just, here's another Western Electric sewing machine. Some sort of an ironing board. There looks like a suit in the making. I know what that is. It's a spinning wheel, or yeah, it's like to make I guess yarn and things of that nature. Here's one back here. Oh, look at this old radio. Boy. Rug Maker's Homestead. Okay, that's what this would have did. This machine here would have made rugs. Picture. Rugs being made. Okay. Let's work our way around here. Okay, in this room is the Walnut Valley Festival that we have every year. I think it's the third weekend of September, but people come a lot earlier than that. Probably, maybe sometimes even about this time, middle to the end of August, they start getting here. This is the various instruments that they use. And the mugs they've had over the years. This is from 2002. Walnut Valley Festival, 1972 to 2001. And here's some of their posters over the years. I think last year is the only year they missed in like 40 years or something like that. Nothing went on last year. But it seems like everything is back on this year. And there's one of the trophies. Belt buckles. Walnut Valley. Let me see if I don't know if I can see this with the glare. People come from all over the world. This is called a dulcimer. Rather large one. And of course they sell hats and t-shirts and belt buckles and all kinds of souvenirs. I personally have never been to the Walnut Valley Festival. Here's the aerial photo. That's at our local fairgrounds out on West 9th. Yeah, there's people from all over the world that attend the Walnut Valley Festival. It's very well known. Here's let me see if I can get down here, it might be better. A farm. This is the bathrooms at Island Park. Looks like a cottage. The mural was painted by Marjorie Hall Bicker, painter, Winfield resident. That's at our Island Park on the north edge of Maine. I've done videos on Island Park as well. This even has an elevator. Oh, how cool is that? Vintage treasures, it says. Boy, howdy, look at all of those old dolls and old toys. Look at this. That's crazy. Little village. Short pictures from farm work. Okay, and there's some farm implements, machines, vintage toy guns. Wow. Oh. Wow. Here's more dolls and toys from back in the day. Here we have some old Mickey and Minnie toys. And Winnie the Pooh. And Popeye and the baby. And, gosh, what was her? Olive? That escapes me right now. Olive something was her name. And of course, there's the baby and there's Popeye. You know, he was, that was after a real person that really existed, was taken after Popeye was. I always told you to eat your spinach. There's an old toy sewing machine back there. Here's some Barbie and Ken dolls. And look at that stove. Isn't that cool? Look at that stove. And then there's a refrigerator. Yeah, I guess they have cars and boats and Barbie stuff. I mean, you know, toys. Here's some more vintage toys. That's cool. I mean, this is full of toys. Here's a Shirley Temple doll. That's interesting. And some pictures. These are all Shirley Temple, I guess. Standing doll set. Okay. Yeah, I mean, wow. Boy, they're just a huge collection. These look like they're porcelain. Looks like there's some pilgrims there. Isn't that what those are? Pilgrims? I'm trying to get the right angle here. Now, these may be ceramic. I said porcelain. They may be ceramic. Lydia's Doll Hospital and Ceramic Studio, it says. Okay. One of those buildings back there says the Courier. Now, I'm not familiar. Okay. All right. Oh, we got more over here. Here's a toy fire truck. Tiny Town Zoo, that's what this is. Huh. Wow, that's crazy. There's another, look how large that thing is. That's huge. Lumber tractor. Wowee. Type early model cars. Of course, Crayola. Okay. Yeah. Red Ryder rides again. Here about 2 years ago, maybe 3, we went to Rogers, Arkansas, and in that area. Now there's the Baden Dam Tunnel Mill Dam. Now the bridge is, of course, no longer there. But at any rate, there's some clowns. I can't remember if it's Rogers or the town that Walmart. Gosh, what is that? I can't. Mine went blank. But there was actually a Red Ryder museum. That's where they're made. Now there's one of the buildings from Winfield High School. And here's some dolls in their graduation garb. Atlanta High School brick. 1921 and torn down in 1999 in Atlanta. Yeah, it's sad, but a lot of these old buildings in this area have been torn down or destroyed, one reason or another. There's Floral. There's also a stone arch bridge there in Floral area that I went to. There's Kellogg, Frog Hollow, Dexter, Cambridge. Yeah. Yeah. An old school desk. Okay, here. Oh, here you go. This is what I was wanting to see, and I almost passed it, went right by it. Prairie Ridge School number 82. Of course, there's your outhouse, ball field, school building. Playground equipment is over here. Yeah, let me see here. I'm trying to get this. School lunchbox. This is an original Victrola from Bryant School. That's the building that we're in right now. And then here would be the inside the school. Oh, that's interesting. But it looks like you could put chalk in those and make, was it like 5 lines at once or something like that? Old school books. Maps over here. Wow. Old blackboard. And of course the teacher's desk. It would have been the teacher, and then here's a little girl there. And of course the pot-bellied stove. U.S. Army Cannon heater, number 20. Okay. Of course, there would have been the coal. Okay. And then here are the desks. School desk. Each one has a little tablet that they wrote on. for assignments and that sort of thing, homework. A lot of books. There's more maps. And then there's pictures of George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. And then I don't know who that is. Very nice. Well, let's work our way back out this way. I don't think we've been through all of it yet. Oh, here's the Winfield High School band. Band uniforms over the years. Banjo and accordion, violin, band uniform. Look at this old organ, that's just pretty cool. Now this might have been the Winfield City Band, some of these uniforms, and it may not all have been high school. Here's the Winfield City Band from 1994. I remember them, of course. They played on the 4th of July, before the fireworks. They would play some songs. They used to do that at Sonner Stadium. It's no longer done out there. Okay. Oh wow. Look at these beautiful glassware. That is beautiful. Look at that. That is really nice. Milk glass pieces. Blue glass dishes. Yep, they're definitely that. Very beautiful. Okay. Let's go back in here. Boy, howdy, I tell you what. Old typewriters, Oliver typewriter. This is a Remington typewriter. Another Oliver typewriter, Hammond Typewriter. Remington, there's a Corina Typewriter. Check machines were used by banks and accounting firms. A coin counter. Looks like ink. An inkwell and the ink pens and all that. Wow. And an envelope addresser. Wow. And more typewriters. Underwood, Smith Corina. Now this is a ball typewriter, and I actually used one of these in high school in printing. These had a ball, and they were interchangeable, and they were state of the art at that time. This would have been the early 70s. Yep, I actually used one of those. I did. I thought they were so cool. I love the fact you just change out that ball and you could have any kind of just whatever you needed. There's an old candlestick phone, Western Union Telegraph. Boy. Fax machine. Dictaphone shaving. What? Reshaving dictaphone cylinders, letters, etc. Okay. Another dictaphone. A clock radio. Look at that. That's beautiful. Here's a Victrola cabinet. Early Victor talking machine, 1905. Note the 1/4 inch thick record. Oh yeah. Look how thick that record is. Wow-wee. Now, I am not totally sure what this is. It says it's the big news in radio today. Cunningham Music. Now, I remember Cunningham Music here in Winfield. And there's some microphones. Look at that microphone. Isn't that classic? That is really cool. Delineator. Oh gosh. I just really have no idea. Rectifier power amplifier unit. Look at the size of those bulbs. Record players. Okay, now I definitely remember the old 8-track days. I had units that looked just like this, or similar to it, with the little speakers. I sure did. Here's another Victrola. This was the 1920s. Beautiful cabinets. So, I mean, they just had a lot of style. And of course, here's the old Philco floor model radio with red dial. That is so cool. And here's, of course, here's the TV set from the 50s to the 70s. There's the rabbit ears. And of course, there's the little TV radio combination that had the VCR. Another old TV set, black and white. Bag phone. I remember the bag phones. I do. I never had one. The bag phones, of course, came before the actual cell phones. But I remember people walking around stores with these bag phones. Oh boy, here you go. Packard Bell computer. Here's an iMac. Wow. A little bit more modern brother equipment. Now, I know. Here's some more earlier computers. There's an old Apple computer. Of course, this, believe it or not, is a camcorder. Look how huge that thing is. That is a camcorder. Oh yeah, that's crazy. Now this says Winfield Vikings trophies and that sort of thing. And this is Southwestern College. Video games. Look at these. Here you go. Here's IBM PC XT desktop computer. Look at the size of that thing. It's huge. There's an Apple. And then Samsung, well, we might, a little bit more familiar. Toshiba laptops. In the early 90s, I had a Game Boy, and a lot of the games that went with it, and I sure wished I would have kept it. But I didn't keep it. Man. Wow. Oh, here you go. George H. Dresser, photographer, 1884 to 1912. That is a camera. And here is an antique movie projector, no year identified. And this is a time clock. Used at Calver's department store. I remember, believe it or not, Calver's department store. I remember watching the tubes. They had tubes, and if you had to have change, what they did was they put their money in this tube, and the tube would, not in a tube, but in a little device. You could put the money in it, close it up, put it in the tube, and it would go down and around and wherever it had to go, and then you'd come back with your change. I know that's crazy, but I actually remember that. Here's some staplers, and I want to show you something here. This is just, I've seen these before. Look at this cash register. Look at this thing. It is huge. National Cash Register. A pair of glasses were sitting there. I'm not sure exactly how all this worked. I know you'd punch in the denominations of the money, and then you would pull the handle down, and then somehow that would complete your... They had no sell, cash, on account, charge, and paid out. They had charge on account of they didn't have cash. Anyway, yeah, this is a 1910 extra mahogany floor cabinet, 4 money drawers with letters, 3 record drawers, large supply drawer, receipt supply wheel or reel. Vandal has been broken off. If it doesn't affect the appearance of this machine, but is being sold as is. Evidently, it might have been for sale at one time. They wanted $2,000. And here's an old adding machine. $88 was the original price. Well, here's an RCA projector. Antique slide projector, oil lantern, or candle used, not electric, no year identified. Just about passed this up looking at all these old radios. In fact, I think I missed these. There's a Zenith, a Crosby, which they still make Crosbys today. Wow, that is just crazy. Pinball machine. Here's the other end of that camera. Wow. Now I really enjoy stuff like this. It's just full of history and just the way people used to have their entertainment. And devices they would work with or work on. Now, I did not own an Atari. I actually had a Nintendo, but that's probably after all this. Of course, there's a tablet. I didn't even see that earlier. There's a tablet. A Nook. Barnes & Noble Nooks. Yeah, we've had these over the years. I don't know. Oh, this is just stuff from a seat cushion, a fan, Winfield's Viking fan. And that's what it is. I'm a Viking fan, and that's exactly what it is. Kind of play on words. Oh, here's the original Scooter Jam. Oh, I've definitely been on one of those before. I used to play that dodgeball. No, that wasn't used for that, was it? Oh no, I can't remember. An old set of golf clubs. Yeah, some trophies. Wow. There's just so much. See, you'd think a little museum, but I tell you what, this is just really full of just a lot of different things. It's really pretty cool. This is my first time doing a video here. Okay, I don't know. I think we've been everywhere. We might just kind of walk around real quick. Not real quick, but yeah. I know there's still one more thing I want to see, if I can find it. We've been in here? Oh yeah. Yeah, we've been all through here. This is 2 stories. Okay, we got plenty of time. We're just going to kind of take a walk through here. Okay. Wow. Oh boy, it's warm in here. Ooh-wee. Look at all the license plates. 1940, 1930, 1921, 1923. Now, this is the creme de la creme of the museum as far as I'm concerned. Look at that baby high chair. My grandfather had a fan, I'm not lying, exactly like that. That looks like another pressure cooker. This would have been to slice a board cutter, cheese board cutter. Johnson Brothers Grocery. Milk bottles. You'd have the delivery person would deliver your milk. Small town grocery store. Flowers Grocery. Now, I very, very, very well remember Flowers Grocery Store. Used to go there and get pop and gum and stuff. It was just right across. If it's the same one, it was right across the street from Irving grade school. Udall Flour Mills. Dockshman. Later become Shinnemans. Now, of course, I remember Shinnemans. Evidently, they were here before Shinnemans. D and J Gillespie. This is all way, way, way before my time. Winfield Floral Company. Hilliard Funeral Home. C.R. Calvert Department Store. Anthony's, I remember those. Wow. Hugh Elam Motor Company. Clay's Cash Store. Some of these are in Douglas, Kansas. They're not all from Winfield. Some are from Rock. And another huge cash register. Look at that thing. National Cash Register. Store, register, ticket case. Okay. These are the original blueprints of Winfield City Building. Oh, they're up here. I'm sorry. Somebody moved the sign on me. These are the blueprints for the original city building, 817 Fuller. Of course, this is from a Kansas Gasoline Company. And here's the old fire department helmets and hat wear. Old fire extinguishers. Mask. And I remember this. I truly do remember this. I was working for the Department of Corrections. I was up on the 3rd floor. And I remember that evening looking out the window and I could see the flames and the fire from out the correctional facility. I guess some kids were responsible for that, if I remember right. That was part of a lumber store. Yeah, I remember that very well. Winfield fire destroys Winfield landmark during 1997 Walnut Valley Festival. Yeah. And now, this is the grand finale of the museum. Are you ready? Check this out. Look at this magnificent old fire truck. Oh, this actually comes from the Hotel Breton that was, I think it was like on 7th or 8th of Main. This is all maintained, however, by the Winfield Fire Department. Look at that magnificent fire truck. Isn't that beautiful? That is just absolutely gorgeous. Look how big those, I know you can't tell, those tires are huge. There's actually a firefighting museum in Oklahoma City. It's just right before you get to the Oklahoma City Zoo. And we've been there, and they have all kinds of antique fire trucks and that sort of thing. Gosh, these are huge. Wooden ladder, or ladders. There's a firefighting jacket. Looks like it's pretty simple to operate. American La France. Wow. Going to try to show a little bit more than I did first time around. There's a scale. The Computing Scale Company, Dayton, Ohio. That's what that is. Daisy churn. And of course, there's a little stove. And this, I about didn't show you this. This is what they would have used for people that had to jump out of a building. That's what this was. Life net. In 1955, Winfield Fire Department received a 65-foot ladder truck from the Seagraves Company. One of the pieces of equipment received it was this life net, and it's pretty large. It required at least 6 personnel to hold. It was taken out of service in the late 1970s. But if you see this on TV, sometimes people will jump out of a burning building and land on one of these things. Well, that's what it is. It's a life net. Real heavy canvas. Yep. Wow, that is just so cool. This is chemical cart. This was likely one of the first motorized fire vehicles in Winfield. The large wheels were taken from a larger chemical cart, and the tank was placed in a Model T car. Each tank would hold 35 gallons of liquid. So that's what that is. A racing sulky. Okay. Used when races were common at the Cowley County Fair. Of course, this would lower down. This would lower down on and strap it to the horse. There's where the rider would sit, I think. There's an old pump. And here's a very old vehicle. Let's see if we can get a... This is a 1925 Ford Model T, often called a high T or doctor's car. It has a high quality maple frame with tin stretched over it, circa 1925. Wow. It is really cool. Winfield Automobiles, 1928. Yeah. Yeah, I knew these were down here. I just kind of wanted to make this a special treat for those of you that love old vehicles and old, like, fire trucks and that sort of thing. I know I do. I've always been a car enthusiast. I love going to car shows and that sort of thing. Speaking of which, our last run is coming up in September. And I try to go, of course, nothing happened last year, but evidently everything is going back this year. So I'll more than likely be doing a video on the last run and the state fair and all that when it comes time. It's all next month in September, but at any rate. Okay, I think we're going to get out here because it is really super hot in here. I'm not even lying. I think we're about done with the museum here in Winfield. Hope you enjoyed tagging along with me today, looking at all these really old objects. Just everything. From back in the 20s, 30s, and on. And I would encourage you to explore your own town. Like I've done Island Park, I've done the Hoodoo Trails, I've done Timber Creek Nature Center Trails, and now I'm doing the museum. And I've done Island Park and everything I just done here just a few weeks ago. I've done all this before, but this is the first time I've ever done a video on our museum. So that's just kind of a extra video for Winfield here. And if you live anywhere close, it's free. It's, like I said earlier, Tuesday through Sunday, 1 to 4. And again, it is totally free. You can leave a donation if you want to. Okay. Well, I think we're going to get back in the air-conditioned part, as I am really working up a sweat. It is hot in this room. Okay. Oh, I've got to pass these up. See, I've done this. I've been here, the Rock Township, Rock Creek, and I've been there. Yep. I've been to all of these. Cowley County is the Stone Arch Bridge capital of Kansas, and that is very, very true. Vocation High School, 1951. Oh, here you go. I didn't even see these. Central Public Schools, and then it's got JPB 1898. Oh, wow. Island Park Garage. Winfield Island Park Garage. Okay. Ha. Okay. All right, well, we're going to get out here. It's just very, very warm in here. Okay. Okay, I think this is what I was looking for. Oh, here. Let's go on down here. Now this is Cowley County Fairgrounds. That building is no longer there. And this is the Elks Lodge. It just has all the members from back in the day. Oh, looky here. This is a phone, telephone operator, switchboard. And they use these to plug in to whatever they had to connect them with whoever they want to talk to. Telephone exchange switchboard from Otto, a small town in southeast Cowley County. Winfield got their phones in 1881. Oh, here's a picture of the telephone operators, switchboard operators. Looks complicated. And here's an old mobile phone from 1983. Now there's another bag car mobile phone from 1988, which I think you had to have a license, or not a license, but a antenna and all that. Insulators way down there at the bottom. Here's a telephone operator's chair. Here's I'm sure we're all familiar with these from the 1970s. Now this is the first cordless phone of 1960. I had a cordless phone, I sure did. Boy, they were really... Now this is what I was raised with. That's what my folks had. But ours was black. But we had a phone exactly like it, except it was black. An old payphone. Yeah. This would have been a post office. For less than a penny a day, you can rent a box. And that's what they call, you would have your specific box, and that's where your mail would be. This is from the Eaton post office located northeast of Winfield. I want you to look how huge this cabinet is. It is huge. And of course, there would be where you would mail your letters. And there's it weighed your mail or whatever for your postage. Mail bags. Yeah. Okay. Let's go on in here. I think this is really what I was, another area I was looking for. Oh my gosh. Look at all this. This is all farm implements type stuff. Prairie schooner base and accessories is what this is. See, it looks like they might have used it to fix meals. Buggy gloves. And just all kinds of implements. E.H. Baden, Farm Loans and Insurance. He was quite the entrepreneur back in the day, Mr. Baden was. I think he had a flour mill. I think he might have had a lumber yard. But he wasn't the only one we had in Winfield. We had a Sonner, Mr. Sonner, and he was an entrepreneur here in Winfield as well. That's what they named Sonner Stadium after, was Mr. Sonner. Babcock tester for butter, fat, content of milk. Okay. A cream separator. And cream and milk separator with strainer. Then we had Learman's that was here in Winfield until just within the last year or two. We no longer have Learman's. They were known all over for their boots and cowboy hats and belts and belt buckles and all that. Oh, look at this huge barn. And this barn is made from toothpicks. Toothpick barn, and if you look real close, that's what they are. They're toothpicks. Could you imagine trying to construct this barn, this huge, out of toothpicks? I don't mean, it's even got the stables. It's even got the stables inside the barn stairs. I mean, it's got everything. Wow, that is so cool. $65,000 toothpicks, gallons, glue. John B. Lowry, toothpick art. Man, that's crazy. And then the silo. Oh, wow, Ox yoke, homemade wooden gutter, saddle, great horned owl, lanterns, steer horn, wooden water pump, horse hobble chain, saddlebag, buggy lap robe, western saddle. Oh, wow. Wagon wheel hubs, right there. And then this is a lard press. Block salt holder. Bluegrass seed harvester. Chicken watering trough, hands hewn from local stone. How interesting. Water wagon. Star steam engine. Our Kansas K&O Steam and Engine Gas Show is coming up Friday and Saturday, and you get to watch some of these, like this separator and thrashing machines and all that. They put on demonstrations, and it's really cool. I think it's $5 for both days, and it's at the Fairgrounds here in Winfield, and they have other things, of course. Here's a hand-carved display. This is all hand-carved. Isn't that amazing? These are all hand-carved. Wow. Side saddle. You always hear about people riding side saddle. Hand-tooled saddle, western saddle. Nice chest. This is a thermatic fireless cooker. Okay. Alright, I mean, I just really don't have any ideas about that. Here's a container for freezing ice. Pipe threader. A corn sheller. Here's a picture from the Cowley County Fair, 1908. Fanning mill. This is a machine to fan or clean seed grain to rid it of foreign matter. The fan is used by hand. Hay hook. I know what this is. These are grinding wheels. Pecan sheller, manufactured by A.F. I think that says Porth, Winfield, Kansas. Blacksmith's forge, child sled, rubber tires, Winfield Carriage Works, R.B. Sanford. Oh my gosh. Wow. I mean, they're just almost too much to even just trying to get the highlights. Dairy toasting equipment provided by Cowley County Extension Office. Of course, that's a manual ice cream maker right there. Sausage grinder, pressure cooker. Have to show that to the wife. Wow. Buttercup cutter. I'll get it right here in a minute. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just all kinds of stuff. All right. Okay, hope you all enjoyed that tour of the Cowley County Historical Museum today. And as always, I will see you on the next video. So have a nice, safe day, and we'll catch you later. Bye for now.